Hey guys, it's Mario here. I am currently in Sofia, Bulgaria, standing at one of the main squares in the center of the city. Pretty cool day actually. Finally, after a long streak of rain, I got a chance to come out here, shoot a quick video for you guys. And the topic of this video will be goals and the importance of having goals and what is the consequence of not having goals. And what inspired me to talk about this is a little bit of a nasty story actually, and it's a study dating back to 1950s when they used to experiment on animals. They used to do all sorts of weird stuff that I definitely don't endorse. But there's an interesting story coming from one of the studies that I kind of read through and has a really strong lesson in it. So in the 1950s, there was this experimenter that did experiments on rats. So what he did, he took two groups of rats and he put one group and he just threw them into the water, and the rats were like swimming, and after 10 to 15 minutes, the rats died, right? So they just died. And the second group, which is quite interesting, is that he put them in the same water and they were like drowning, they were fighting for their lives. But then after like between 5 and 10 minutes, he would take them out for a little bit of time and then he would put them back into the water. And fascinating thing happened is that the rats, the group that were returned back to the water, they actually swam for about 81 hours on average before they died out of exhaustion. So they swam more than 3 days. Compare that to the group one that died within 10 and 15 minutes. And the researchers concluded that the only difference between group one and group two was hope. And not just hope, but the group two had a goal. They had a specific goal of staying alive long enough in case the miracle would happen again. And it's a quite an interesting story that I guess not just applies to rats, but also to gym rats and all human beings, is that we need goals, we need hope in life. And you'll see that, I mean, I don't endorse these kind of studies, definitely, I mean, I hate this kind of stuff, but again, I mean, it's a really strong lesson here that without hope, you will just die. And I don't mean like physically die as a human being, I mean, that's definitely not what's happening with most people, but you die on the inside. Right? Because your life energy doesn't have a clear direction to go to. And that's what a goal is. The goal is simply you focusing that energy into one single area. And that's why we need goals. If you don't focus your energy, it's just scattered around. That's why you see people that we often call lazy. I don't necessarily believe laziness exists. I think laziness is purely lack of goals. That's simply my definition of laziness. And same as procrastination, all these other things are simply lack of clear goals, right? And as a human being, what our duty is to figure out our own goals and commit to them. And I'm not just saying that we need like a huge, big life-changing thing, or that you need to change the world and have that as a goal. Like, hey, I want to be the next president, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be the next, I don't know, biggest bodybuilder of all time or whatever. But I'm saying that you need goals that are clear and specific, and not just big ones, but small ones. And you want to baby step those goals so you have something to do every single day. So you have some clear direction where you want to put your 24 hours in. Because this is a big mistake that I see with guys. You know, they have big goals. The guy says, hey, I want to lose 50 pounds. Well, that's cool, but if you don't know what you're going to do on a daily basis, that goal is not going to happen, most likely. You're going to get overwhelmed. You're going to get paralyzed by fear, by just too much information, by just paralysis of analysis, right? It's just too many things happening at once. And as our logical brain really responds to clarity, we need to make sure that there's a clear step, there's a clear action that we need to take every single day. And with that, I can relate this back to my own story a couple of years ago when I decided to change my life, coming from a village of 200 people in a country where nobody even knows where it is. I said, hey, I want to change my life. I didn't start off by, I don't know, instantly having a business and everything, just, oh, I'm going to travel the world right now. No, I didn't have anything, so I had to baby step my way. I said, well, why don't I just start by having a healthier breakfast? Why don't I just not worry about losing that 30 pounds of extra fat that I have? Why don't I just focus on having a little bit healthier breakfast? Then why don't I just sign up for a gym and try to go to the gym 2-3 times a week? Why don't I just try to read about 30 minutes a day? Just read 30 minutes a day. Why don't I just start with that? Why don't I start with 2 minutes of meditation a day and try to add 5 seconds? Try to add a second every day. Try with a plank. add a second a day. Try with 1 push-up and add an extra push-up every single day. In 3 months, you're gonna be a master at push-ups. And that clarity, that clear thing that you have in that day allowed me to focus my energy, because lack of energy is not lack of energy, it's lack of focused energy, right? So you're not focusing your energy, that's why you feel like you don't have energy. And that's a big tool of the guys like who are super successful. You see these actors, you see these sports like players, you see the most successful people in the world, they have the same amount of energy as you do. I think people complain too much, they don't realize that everybody pretty much has the same amount of energy, but it's just the lack of focus in that energy that separates people who are really successful versus those who are not moving forward toward their goals. So think about this for a second. Clear goals give you that focus that you need to apply to your energy and really put it into one direction, and then great things will happen. Then your life will start changing. And that's my message here from Sofia, Bulgaria. I hope you guys resonated a little with this concept a little bit here. And as I said, I mean, I don't endorse these crazy experiments that they did back in the 50s, but still a cool, interesting lesson can be learned from this, is that you need goals in your life. If you don't have goals, you know, most men die at 25 and they just get buried when they're 70. You know, that's kind of the moral of the story, right? So if you don't have goals, you die on the inside, and there's a whole lot of dead people walking around, and that's a little bit of a sad outro here for this video. But I want you guys who are watching this video to realize this, and I want you to apply this. I want you to realize that there has to be a clarity, there has to be goals. Their goal will give you hope, the hope will give you the ability to change. And when you know it's possible, and it is possible, and it's definitely possible when you analyze, when you break it down, that sheer knowledge of that it's possible will allow you to do it and allow you to move forward. And as I said, this is my message here from Sofia, Bulgaria. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about this, and also make sure to hit that subscribe button to support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.